Good morning. How are you all today? I want to thank you all for your prayers, and I'm feeling much better. So thank you, and remember to keep us, me and Andre, in your prayers, and you all are in ours. We are continuing our studies today from the book of 1 Samuel, and today we're in chapter 14. And our subject is spiritual warfare. So welcome to Bible class with Andre and Betty. We'll see the victory of Jonathan and his quest to go out against the Philistines because he's depending on the Lord to show him what to do. Whereas in chapter 13, his father Saul acted out of his own self-will. We'll see Jonathan depending on the Lord for the victory. And so we're in chapter 14, verse 1. Now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan, the son of Saul, said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side. But he told not his father. And the garrison of the Philistine is where the army encamped, their military post. And this is Jonathan's will, is to go over and fight the Philistines, but he didn't tell his dad what they were doing. The armor bearer carried his armor, his sword, or whatever, and he followed after Jonathan. Verse 2. And Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeah on a pomegranate tree, which is in Migron. And the people that were with him were about 600 men. The people that were with Saul was about 600 men. Verse 3, and Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the Lord's priest in Shiloh, wearing an ephod, and the people knew not that Jonathan was gone. So Ahiah is the priest, and he's the grandson of the priest Eli that we read about in the earlier chapters. Verse 4. And between the passages of the path they were going, by which Jonathan sought to go over unto the Philistines' garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side and a sharp rock on the other side. And the name of the one was Bozez, which means shining, and the name of the other is Sinah, which means thorn bush. So they were prominent places to look at for direction. Verse 5. The forefront of the one was located northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeah. Verse 6. Back to verse 5, where that word situate, that means they were located at these places to give them direction on how to travel. And Jonathan said unto the young man that bare his armor, verse 6, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. They were not Israelites, they were Gentiles. And the reason, it may be that the Lord will work for us. This is the army of the Philistine, represents the works of the devil or the enemy, and the armor of Jonathan he's putting on the whole armor of God, depending on God to give them direction. Because it says after the colon, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. We're only two men, but God is not held back. God has power, whether there is a lot of folks or just where two or three are gathered together. Verse 7. And his armor bearer said unto him, do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee. Behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. So God is with them, and the armor bearer is going to follow the directions of Jonathan. Verse 8. Then said Jonathan, behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover or reveal ourselves unto them. We will let them see us. Verse 9. If they say thus unto us, wait or tarry until we come to you, then Jonathan says to the armor bearer, then we will stand still in our place and will not go up unto them. Verse 10. But if they say thus, come up unto us, then we will go up. That will be a sign to let us know, for the Lord hath delivered, not going to deliver. That if they follow this sign, then they would know that the Lord had already delivered them into our hand. And this shall be a sign unto us. Verse 11. And both of them revealed themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines, or both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the holes where they had hid themselves, in chapter 13, verse 6, verse 12. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor bearer and said, come up to us, and we will show thee a thing. And Jonathan said unto his armor bearer, come up after me, for the Lord had delivered them into the hand of Israel. And when we as believers are going to war against the enemy, Ephesians 6, verse 10 and following show us how to gain the victory when we put on the whole armor of God and depend on Him and lean not to our own understanding. Verse 13. And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands and upon his feet, and his armor bearer after him. And they fell, the Philistines fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew after him. Verse 14. And that first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor bearer made was about 20 men, within as it were a half acre of land, which a yoke of oxen may plow. That's just saying it was a small area. Verse 15. And there was trembling in the host, in the field, and among the people, the garrison and the spoilers. They also trembled, and the earthquake. So it was a very great trembling. It was a great earthquake. So the trembling of the host is the army of the Philistine were trembling, and all the spoilers are those who have been assigned to gather the valuables from the people they had warred against, but they were trembling. Verse 16. And the watchmen of Saul in Gibeah and of Benjamin looked, and behold, the multitude melted away, and they went on beating down one another. So they started fighting each other. Verse 17. Then said Saul unto the people that were with him, number now and see who is gone from us. And when they had numbered, behold, Jonathan and his armor bearer were not there, because Jonathan had not told his father what he was going to do. Verse 18, and Saul said to Ahiah, this is the priest, bring hither the ark of God. For the ark of God was at that time with the children of Israel. Verse 19. And it came to pass while Saul talked unto the priests that the noise that was in the host of the army of the Philistines went on and increased. And Saul said unto the priests, withdraw thine hand, take your hand off of the ark. Verse 20. And Saul and all the people that were with him assembled themselves, and they came to the battle. And behold, every man's sword was against his fellow, and there was a very great discomfiture or slaughter. These are the Philistines fighting and killing each other. It's slaughter and disorder. Verse 21, moreover, the Hebrews that were with the Philistines, those that had defected from Israel and gone to be with the Philistines, before that time, starting at 21 again, moreover, the Hebrews that were with the Philistines before that time, which went up with them into the camp from the country round about, even they also turned to be with the Israelites that were with Saul and Jonathan. Verse 22, likewise all the men of Israel which had hid themselves in Mount Ephraim, when they heard that the Philistines fled, even they also followed hard after them in battle. Verse 23. So the Lord saved Israel that day. Who saved them? The Lord saved Israel that day, and the battle passed over unto Bethaven, which is a wasteland. Verse 24. And we're going to stop at verse 24. And the men of Israel was distressed that day. And here's why they was distressed. For Saul had ordered or demanded them, or made them swear. For Saul had adjured the people, saying, cursed be the man that eateth any food until evening. And that's not going to be a good thing, that I may be avenged on my enemies. So none of the people tasted in the food. So whereas his son Jonathan depended on the Lord, Saul began to do things after his own will and self efforts. So next time we'll begin again, we'll read verse 24 again, and we'll continue until the end of the chapter. So thank you all, and again, I thank you for your prayers, and we'll see you next time. Be good and have a good day and a good week. Bye.